The Chicago Bulls are on the verge of something huge, something that could completely transform their future. Jrue Holiday, the elite two-way star with championship pedigree, has arrived in Chicago, and he's about to lead the Bulls into a new era of title contention. This isn't just another off-season move, it's the birth of a potential super team. But what does Holiday's arrival really mean for the Bulls? How will this new core change the entire landscape of the Eastern Conference? Stick around, because we're about to break it all down, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. If you are a true American and proud of it, show your support by hitting that subscribe button. Let's start together, keep the spirit alive. What's up, Bulls Nation? Today's video is something that you don't want to miss. If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, you've been waiting for a moment like this for years. It's the kind of moment that sets the tone for an entire franchise's future, a pivotal change that could reshape everything. The Chicago Bulls, one of the most storied franchises in NBA history, have just made a move that could redefine the trajectory of this team for the next decade. The Bulls are on the verge of building a super team in 2025, and it's all centered around Jrue Holiday, who now leads the charge. That's right, after years of rebuilding, retooling, and chasing the right pieces, the Bulls have finally pulled the trigger on what could be their most important acquisition in recent memory. Holiday, an elite two-way player with championship experience, is now part of the Bulls roster, and that has the potential to change the entire landscape of the team's future. So, if you're a fan of this team, buckle up, because we're about to break down exactly why Holiday is the key to the Bulls' super team revolution. Now, let's dive into what makes Jrue Holiday such a game-changer for the Bulls. First and foremost, when you think of Jrue, you think of defense. This guy is a defensive juggernaut. He's one of the league's best perimeter defenders, a guy who can lock up anyone from a point guard to a small forward. His ability to guard the opposing team's best player night in and night out is exactly what the Bulls have needed. They've had moments of defensive strength, but they've lacked a true stopper who can create a nightmare for opposing offenses. Enter Holiday, a player who can take on the toughest assignments and make life difficult for the other team. Whether it's guarding an explosive scorer like Jason Tatum or someone with the size and strength of Giannis Antetokounmpo, Holiday has proven time and time again that he thrives in those tough matchups. This is a player who's earned respect across the league for his ability to lock down all-stars and make big-time plays on both ends of the floor. In short, he's the kind of player that turns a good defense into a great defense. But don't let his defensive prowess fool you. Holiday is far more than just a defender. One of the most underrated aspects of his game is his basketball IQ and playmaking ability. He's been a point guard throughout his career, and that experience has made him a fantastic floor general. He's an excellent passer, always looking for the best play for his teammates. And that's where the magic happens for the Bulls. With LaVine, DeRozan, and Vucevic already in the fold, Holiday becomes the perfect complementary piece. This is a guy who knows how to run an offense and set up others for success, making the Bulls' offense that much more dangerous. Whether it's an outlet pass to LaVine for a fast break dunk, a pick and roll to DeRozan for an easy mid-range jumper, or a lob to Vucevic in the post, Holiday's playmaking will open up so many options for the Bulls' offense. He's the glue that holds everything together, a player who can orchestrate the offense while also taking over when needed. Now, let's talk about the other big stars in Chicago, the players who have been carrying the load for the Bulls in recent seasons. Zach LaVine, for example, is one of the most explosive scorers in the NBA. He can score from anywhere on the court, and we've seen time and time again how capable he is of carrying the Bulls when they need him most. But here's the thing, LaVine has often been asked to do too much. He's been forced into difficult defensive situations while also being the primary offensive weapon. With Holiday now in the picture, LaVine gets a much-needed break on the defensive end. He'll no longer be expected to guard the other team's best perimeter player every night, and instead, he can focus on being the dynamic scorer he is. Holiday will take over that tough defensive assignment, freeing LaVine to be the explosive offensive threat that the Bulls need him to be. The result? LaVine will be able to expend more energy on the offensive end, leading to higher efficiency and even more highlight reel plays. Then, there's DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan is coming off some of the best seasons of his career, and he's been nothing short of sensational for the Bulls. His mid-range game is deadly, and his ability to hit clutch shots in the fourth quarter has been a defining characteristic of his game. But even DeRozan, as great as he is, needs someone who can take the pressure off of him. That's where Holiday fits in. DeRozan excels when he can operate in space, when he can isolate defenders and make those mid-range shots. With Holiday in the fold, DeRozan will get better looks. Holiday's ability to draw defenders, create plays, and find teammates will create more opportunities for DeRozan to get to his spots on the floor. And as we've seen, when DeRozan is in rhythm, he's nearly impossible to stop. So, not only does Holiday help LaVine, but he also elevates DeRozan's game even further. Nikola Vucevic is another crucial piece in the Bulls' equation, and with Holiday's presence, Vucevic's role will only become more prominent. Vucevic is a versatile big man who can stretch the floor with his three-point shooting and create mismatches in the post. But, like many big men in today's game, he thrives when he's involved in pick and rolls and pick and pops. With Holiday's elite passing, Vucevic will get more looks in these situations. Whether it's Holiday finding him for an open three-point shot or a lob in the paint, Vucevic's scoring ability will be much more effective with a playmaker like Holiday setting him up. On the flip side, Vucevic's size and rebounding ability will be even more valuable now that the Bulls have a player like Holiday to get the team into offensive sets. This new offensive synergy gives the Bulls a complete, well-rounded attack that is hard for any team to stop. And the best part? This new roster doesn't just stop at the core stars. With the addition of Holiday, the Bulls have now solidified their starting five, but they also have more flexibility than before. Players like Patrick Williams, who still has so much untapped potential, can take on a bigger role. Williams is a versatile forward who can defend multiple positions and contribute on offense when needed. Holiday's leadership and ability to make the game easier for those around him could be exactly what Williams needs to reach his full potential. And if the Bulls can add a few more pieces in the upcoming seasons, whether through the draft, free agency, or trades, their depth could make them even more dangerous as a super team. Now, let's talk about the competition, because, of course, the Bulls won't be the only team gunning for a title. The Eastern Conference is stacked, and every team in the top tier is dangerous. Take the Boston Celtics, for example. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown form one of the most formidable duos in the league. But here's the thing, the Celtics don't have a player like Jrue Holiday. While Tatum and Brown are outstanding players, Holiday can match up against either one of them, which gives the Bulls a distinct advantage in head-to-head matchups. The Bulls can go toe-to-toe with the Celtics in a 7-game series, especially with Holiday's experience playing at a championship level. The same goes for the Milwaukee Bucks, who are led by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is a force of nature, and the Bucks will always be the formidable opponent. But Holiday's championship pedigree with the Bucks, his knowledge of their system, and his ability to guard elite players means the Bulls won't be intimidated. The matchup between Giannis and the Bulls could be one of the most exciting in the NBA. Then, there's the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Tyrese Maxey are all excellent players, and the 76ers have been one of the top teams in the East for a few seasons. But the Bulls now have the tools to compete with them. Holiday will be crucial in slowing down Harden, who has often been a headache for defenses. Meanwhile, Embiid's dominance in the paint could be mitigated by the Bulls' improved defense, with Holiday taking on the defensive assignments and helping to neutralize Philadelphia's strengths. The Bulls are no longer a team that just hopes to compete with these Eastern Conference powerhouses. They're a team that has the pieces to beat them. Looking ahead to the 2025 season, there's a lot to be excited about. The Bulls now have a superstar core that can compete with any team in the NBA. And while the road to the championship will be tough, there's no question that Jrue Holiday's addition gives them a serious shot at making a deep playoff run. The Bulls have been rebuilding for years, and now, with Holiday leading the way, they're ready to turn the page and enter a new chapter of title contention. This isn't just another rebuild, this is the beginning of a super team that could rival some of the best in NBA history. The future of the Chicago Bulls is incredibly bright, and Jrue Holiday is the key to unlocking that potential. So, Bulls Nation, what do you think about this bold move? Can Holiday lead the Bulls to the promised land? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Chicago Bulls updates. As we get closer to the 2025 season, things are about to get real interesting in the Windy City. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.